All right, Tucson Toros Group, Yahoo Fantasy Baseball 2010, Week 5. We're going to take a look at AZPadres. Took on Otis and the Drunks this week. An interesting battle of two of the league newcomers. And it looks like the way things shook out, AZPadres came out the winner here, 5-4-1 in a very close battle. And I do mean very close battle. AZPadres is now 500 on the season, 22-22-6, while Otis and the Drunks right behind Padres, really 22, 26, and 2 overall in the standings, just under 500. Padres had a record low ERA and whip this week. Fantastic production. He can thank Dallas Braden for that. Dallas Braden, of course, pitched a perfect game on Sunday, on Mother's Day. Fantastic output. That's always going to help your ERA and whip categories when not a single guy reaches base in 27 batters. Otis had the best ERA and whip of the season, but lost both categories anyway. We're going to get to that a little bit later. Otis on a 4-game skid now. Beat the defending champ to open the season, but hasn't been able to pick up a win since. Been very competitive, but just hasn't been able to put together enough category victories to pick up an actual win. Padres has now won 2 in a row, though. Just 1 loss all year, with 2 ties, 2 wins, and a loss. Again, sitting 500 in the standings and on a 2-game winning streak now. Breaking down exactly how the scoring went, Padres took 3 of 5 on offense, split the pitching 2-2-1. All the categories, though, were a contest. This was a real battle between 2 very evenly matched teams. Looking at Padres' offense, Adrian Beltre played well, had 9 RBIs, 7 runs, hit 345 for the week, so definitely a great source of offense in 3 different categories. Also got 3 steals from Ichiro. AZPadres picked up 3 steals from Ichiro Suzuki. Also got 2 from Andrew Jones. This was a guy that probably weighed 730 pounds last year, and he's suddenly lost all the weight. He's hitting homers. He's also getting stolen bases, so you can't go wrong with that. 13 players on AZPadres' roster got at least a run. This includes Jeff Keppinger, who hit 077 for the week, and Johnny Damon, who hit 083 for the week. Those 2 guys had terrible weeks, still got across the plate at least once. Otis got a run or more from 12 different players and won the category anyway. So definitely a very competitive battle in the runs category just by itself. Otis really could have used Jorge Posada, but John Buck was a suitable replacement. The catcher for the Blue Jays did really well this week. Mark Teixeira hit 3 homers, hit 8 RBIs, drove in 8 runs there. And Brett Gardner for the Yankees, 3 stolen bases. The rest of the team for Otis, just 2. So Gardner looked great. The rest of the team not really stealing bases at the same pace. Just 4 players hit over 300 for Otis, too. The average category was a little bit of a struggle there. Pitching battle, very close in all 5 categories. Overall, the score was 2-2-1 category-wise. Dallas Braden's perfect game was definitely the difference for Padres as far as the whip and the ERA goes. Those are the 2 categories that Padres was able to pick up on the pitching side. Perfect games are going to help you win those categories, bar none. 9 Ks and a 1.69 ERA from Dallas Braden in the 2 starts for the week. People forget Braden actually got 2 starts this week and picked up 9 Ks, had a 1.69 ERA. So definitely looked good. Also had great performances from John Garland, Adam Wainwright, and Matt Thornton shined. He is the setup guy for the White Sox. The White Sox bullpen is kind of in a flux right now. Thornton not really the closer, but he pitched so well this week, had 7 Ks and a 0 ERA, that he could be the actual closer for the White Sox within a week or 2. That could be huge for AZPadres if this pitcher continues to produce and then also becomes eligible to pick up saves. That could be a great thing for AZPadres. Otis had a great week from Nick Blackburn for the Twins. 2 wins, a 1.69 ERA. Josh Beckett, though, absolute disaster from the ace pitcher Beckett there. 15.19 ERA for the week. Otis continues to really struggle on ERA and whip. Those numbers are really inflated. The team's really putting up productive, competitive numbers every week, but those 2 categories by themselves are sinking this team. 4 players this week had an ERA over 5. Don't really know how to address fixing that, except to say these pitchers have just got to put it together. Ace pitchers like Josh Beckett can't be blowing up and inflating the ERA when everybody else is doing so well. So Moving forward, though, AZ Padres is now 9th in the standings, right in the middle of that dogfight. It's 500 overall. 2.5 games out of 6. Remember, the top 6 make the playoffs, so 2.5 out of 6. That's fantastic. Gets Derek Lowe equals cheater next week. That team's at the bottom of the standings, so this is an opportunity for Padres to build some momentum, maybe get a 3-game winning streak, a 3-week winning streak going. Otis and the Drunks now 12th in the standings, but only 4.5 out of 6, so very much in touch with the top 6 in the standings, despite having lost 4 in a row. Gets Tucson's prettiest next week, though. That team has not lost all season, so it's going to be a tough battle for Otis. Both those teams brand new to the league, though, so you never know what could happen. It's going to be very interesting to see how these two teams fight with the rest of the teams they're competing with in the standings, while also taking on their opponents in opposite directions next week.